Hey there, guys. We've got the final bosses available for Dark Visions number 38 in JP, which is the 8th anniversary Dark Visions. And in this video, I'll be recording the final bosses. So every single boss in the entirety of the Dark Visions, from the first enemy to the last, are all aquatic race. So the whole Dark Visions, pure aquatic. But for these sub-bosses, honestly, I think we're going to be able to just turn one OTK them. Now this one is they're all physical or magical, but this one is weak to either earth or dark. But unfortunately, it is only immune to the light element. So my usual light OTK team will not work, so we're going to go with a thunder OTK team. Even though this is technically speaking the wrong element, I think it's going to be fine for the final sub-boss, or the final two sub-bosses. So what we're going to do is wait for auto casting. We're going to go ahead and use the shifted LB of Sakura. We're going to have Vanille do Breaks, Field, and Lightning Imbue on Cloud. We're going to use Orlando to LB, which will also Great Sword in Peril. We're going to use Kelger to triple Absolute Mirror up Equity. And then Cloud's going to shift to LB, which is Bolting. And then Lightning is going to shift to LB, which is also Bolting. So we're going to go ahead and chain this. Wait just a second. Then chain the other ones. And we're looking for, I believe 4 billion is the damage cap. So if we get 4 billion, we're good. If we get more, yay. If we get less, we're going to be sad. 6.5, yeah. So damage cap turn 1. And because Kelger did triple cast, it counts as 6 weakness hits. That's why we didn't use Kelger's LB, because that would have only counted as 4 weakness hits. And there's a perfect score on turn 1, not a big deal. Here's the breakdown. Honestly, Kelger's here just for support chaining. Orlando is, whatever. Lightning's really good, and then Cloud is whatever. So there it is. We didn't technically need Cloud, but it got it done. So let's go to the next fight. That was against Bismarck. Now let's try Chaos Bismarck. And this one we're going to go back to my usual OTK Light team, because it's actually weak to light element. So this one is weak to light or water. And here's the party we're going to use. So let's give it a go. So I've got my chaining and all already saved as a reload. I don't want to mess it up. So we're going to I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. So Prompto is going to do his LB. Noctis is going to LB. Tybus is going to LB. Lastwell is going to LB. Those are 4 weakness hits. We're going to use Ilmatil to just do dual-wielded Blade Blitz. That is going to give 2 more weakness hits. And Ilmatil automatically, preemptively buffs killers. And then Aerith will do her LB. So Aerith goes first, then the rest go. And we get a dual-wielded, very slow hit with Ilmatil. There it is, dual-wielded hit. Which gives us the 2 weakness hits. We're looking for 4 billion or better. Because we're on element, it should be fine. 5.8. Actually lower damage than the other one. That being said, because we're using Prompto, and Prompto can't do his field while dealing damage, which is why I've talked before about why Prompto is kind of annoying. He's not good for turn 1 OTKs. As you can see, Prompto, big sad face. But I think mine's actually naked. Is he? I don't even know. It doesn't matter. It's a turn 1 perfect, and there it is. And out of curiosity, did I ever gear my Prompto? I don't even know if I did, because that damage was embarrassingly bad. Game. Come on, there it is. Wow, he really is geared. Well, he has 0 killer. Literally 0 killer. So yeah, anyway. Still, whoo, Prompto. Not that great of a unit. Anyway, now we have the final boss, and I haven't built anything for the final boss, so I need to build a team. He looks kind of interesting, but look, and does he have any weaknesses? Nope, neutral to everything. So let me just decide on a party. Honestly, it'll probably be a light party. Well, I don't know. Let me think about it. So see you when I figure out a party. Alright guys, I went ahead and made a team for the final boss. This is going to be the team we're using. We're going to be using Bismarck Fina as, honestly, just a leader skill. At EX1, she's basically terrible. We're going to be killing on turn 4, so she can't even use her SLB. If she was EX2, she'd be doing dramatically better in this clear. But she's not. So she's going to be our leader. Prompto is going to be our breaker and our imperil field. Tyvis is going to be our LB damage field, along with dealing damage himself. Noctis dealing damage, Squall dealing damage, and Sarah is going to be for our aquatic killer. So we're going to be doing a turn 4 clear. Now turn 5 would give me a lot more damage by letting me use the SLB of Fina, but going to turn 5 involves dealing with like bad stuff from the boss, so we're not going to bother with that. So during the ambush, the boss is going to put up a field on our side that imperils us by 50%, and he's going to break our defense and spirit. So to get rid of the field, we're going to go ahead and use Tyvis to put up the LB damage field to get rid of the imperil. Now for the incoming damage, Fina on Leviathan is going to give us a 80% water resist buff from Leviathan. Squall from Anima is going to give us a 70% dark resist buff. We're going to go ahead and use Sarah, my EX1 Sarah, to just fill her LB gauge on this turn. And Noctis and Prompto can just guard here. So this turn, the boss is going to do some single target physical, which we evade, a single target stop, which our Sarah is immune to. He's also going to do an AoE dark attack that we're immune to from the resist buff. And he's going to put up an amplify field on his side of the field. We're not really too worried about that, though, because we're going to negate all the damage. So this turn, we're going to go ahead and use the LB in the base form of Squall for the weapon imperil. Also, he's using a fire weapon just for weakness damage credit. We're going to use the LB of Sarah for the LB buff, the stat buff, etc. Prompto will do his 89 breaks as well as the 150 light imperil. And let's see, Fina on this turn, my Bismarck Fina can put up her LB refill, and we'll just guard Tyvis and Noctis, don't need anything from them. This turn is more single target physical, AoE water, AoE poison, and an AoE really big dark imperil. So what we're going to do, Fina is going to cure the imperil. We're going to go ahead and do status cure for the poison, imperil cure for the dark attack, and then we're going to use her amplify, focus, etc. and mod buff for killing on next turn. Prompto can shift here, and we'll do his 150 amplify, his imperil field, and then his LB modifier buff. Okay, Tyvis can go ahead and shift here. We'll do AoE light imbue with Enlytra. Enlytra. Then we'll do modifier buff and his 150 amplify. Noctis will shift here. We'll do his 40% weapon imperils, his 150 amplify, and his LB modifier buff. There it is. Let's see, Squall, he's going to stay in the base form for the resist gear. He'll do LB fill, 150 amplify, and LB modifier buff. And Sarah will go ahead and do 250 Aqua Killer on Prompto as well as Squall. Okay. So this turn, the boss is going to do some single target death, we're immune, some AoE dark, we're immune, we cure the imperils, and then he's going to buff himself and get ready for doing really irritating stuff on turn 4, which we're going to just not deal with. So Sarah is going to go ahead and do Aqua Killer on Tyvis and Aqua Killer on Noctis. Okay, and it's time to kill. We'll go ahead and shift Squall, do his shifted LB, which is Absolute Mirror. Prompto, shifted LB, Absolute Mirror. Fina, only the regular SLB, not the SLB, so that is also Absolute Mirror. And then Tyvis will do Bolting Strike, and Noctis will do Bolting Strike LBs. So we'll go ahead and send the back row first. Wait just a second, send the front row. And we're looking for good damage. I did 22 billion already, so we'll see what we did this time. Variance is fun. The whole party's, actually Prompto's dual wielding. 21.8, I got 22 earlier, so yeah, I could farm variance. All that really matters to me is hopefully that I stay in the top 3,000 so that I can get a invitation to Dark Vision's Abyss next month. But here's a damage breakdown. So as you can see, Noctis and Tyvis are doing pretty similar damage. They're getting big leader skills from Fina, Squall, and Prompto. Again, less damage, but there it is. Bismarck Fina is, unfortunately, for one thing, she's not getting the 250 killer. We can only put it on 4 people, and we're not giving it to her. But more importantly, she has no Amplify at EX1, so yeah. Also no SLB, so she is massively nerfed on this fight. If I somehow get one more off-banner before this ends, well, then I can EX2 her. But unlikely. It doesn't really matter, though. And then Sarah does our killer buff, and she's also our provoker. And there it is. So at the current time, I'm ranked 370. So as long as I stay in the top 3,000, I'm getting in the Dark Visions Abyss. That's all that really matters to me. And again, if on the final few days that my rank is dropping heavily, I'll go back and roll variants, or I will potentially do more pulls for Fina Bismarck and try to get her EX2, because I actually never finished her step up. Anyway, I'll go ahead and show you the gear for the party. So, base form Tyvis, just a little bit of water and dark resist, all that matters, so that we, have his, we don't take damage on the normal attack. Shift form is, damage versus Aqua, maxed out, LB damage, maxed out, there it is, and using his own card. Noctis, base form, just a little bit of resistances. Shift form is max damage versus Aqua, 18.8 attack power. There we go, using Squall's card. Sarah is just, water and dark resist. I went overboard, who cares? Stop and death immunity, passive provoke, and full evasion. There we go, she is our provoker and also our Aqua killer. Bismarck Fina is maxed Aqua Killer, maxed LB, 12.9 magic. Unfortunately, she is not EX2. Don't have her SLB, don't have her STMR. She's not getting the big killer. Don't have her Amplify. Yet EX1 units are basically dumpster tier. So they have to be EX2 these days, and she's not. Prompto in the base form, just a little bit of resistances. Shift form, also Prompto is using Titus STMR in the base form. Shift form is maxed Aqua Killer and LB damage, 14.5. Oh my god, hold on, people are messaging me. Let me mute my Discord. I'm sorry about the beeps, I usually forget that. So there we go. Maxed Aqua Killer, and he's using the Final Fantasy 15 card. And then Squall, base form, using a fire weapon, also Obsidian Bracer. That's just so they get weakness damage. If we don't do that, we won't get weakness damage unless we attack the boss or whatever. Anyway, a little bit of resistances. Shift form, LB damage versus Aqua, maxed on everything. And there it is. And there was our clear. And there was Dark Visions number 38. Okay, let's see if we can stay in the top 3K. See you next time. Alright guys, just for a tiny bit of a follow-up, the Dark Visions ticket we just got for killing the last boss. Let's go ahead and use that just for fun and see what we get. So we're going to use the Guaranteed Neo pull. This is a Guaranteed Neo, could be anything. Let's see what we get. And then we're going to do a Dark Visions ticket as well after this. We got Vlad, oh my god, right to the dumpster. Okay, anyway, and then we get a special Dark Visions ticket, which can be any of the Dark Visions units. I got the ticket. Where do I use it? Oh, here it is. Oh, it's a selection. Never mind. It's a Dark Vision selection, so I can pick a unit. So I can get one of the Dark Visions units, Kokorayu Rus, or Phoenix Hayo, or, oh, that's the Dragon God Rus, huh? I don't have him yet on JP. I might get him. Or I can get Alphanod as well. I'll think about it. I mean, no, I'm not, because I literally don't have him yet, so that was not much to think about. There we go, we got him now. Okay, so now I have Kokorayu Rus, or Dragon Lord Rus, whatever. Okay, so there was my, we got Vlad as well. Blah. Anyway, see you in a bit.